Hey there. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share with your peeps. Let's get this word out about strengthening and encouraging one another to make our world better and help our dreams come true. If you've given a donation to the channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's helped me bring in some creative decks, especially for you guys. We got some pit men showing up here because I found it a challenge to find cards that really speak to the masculine and to men. So we're going to take a look at that and see what's going on. I have previously done a read for men only that didn't get posted. It was weeks ago and I was like, why do they want to hear from me? What do they need to hear? What do they need to see? But my viewership is 87% men. So I thought there's a reason you're tuning in, and sometimes it can seem like I'm speaking very softly to the feminine, and our vernacular changes when we speak to a diverse audience as opposed to just men. So anyways, male or female, if you show up here to watch, that's on you. But this is generated for the guys, okay? So you were letting me know when I was shuffling the cards that you're wanting to be able to, some practical spirituality, how to live your life, how to stand in your own authority, and to understand how your mind works. Men tend to think in compartments, but that's neither here nor there. You really are unified in your heart. So we're going to get into the space of what is going on here and what this read's going to be about today. Glad to have you join me. Okay. All right, you're inviting it on in. You're like, come what may, whatever joy. We all in chaos and confusion over here. We don't understand all the vibes of the world, the do's, the don'ts, the rules, the have nots, all of that. You're like, make it clear, make it plain so that we can see and we can understand and we can welcome this energy into our life, because we do want to be spiritual and divine. We do want to move forward, and we don't just have to be soft about it. We want to be true. We want to be empowered, okay? So with that, we had coming in this King of Clubs going on here. And you were talking about wanting to be able to stand in your own authority. Because as you can see, the prisoner here says too cool for a school. And then here we have the one that is authority. Some of you may not have grown up in the best training ground. That's what we'll call it. Where the male authority may have been a totalitarian, disciplinarian, overly harsh. Discipline is good. It does train us and teach us in the way we should go. But you kind of took the balance of that. So if it was extreme and strict here, you're extremely slack and more, it's saying lackadaisical. Taking a back seat to things here. But this can also be the movement of life as it has been, as this progressive change has been all about, one bad apple spoiling the bunch. What do we do from there? Okay, I'm going to quit getting caught up in that. And along with it came the Two of Diamonds. You're talking about feeling like you're going to drown in this sea of the world of spirituality. You're like, I don't even know how to navigate joy. Where do we begin? So we're about to find out. We're going to step into Ciro Marchetti's Grand Lux Tarot. Let's get a little guidance for our guys showing up here today. What would you like them to know? Let's get two more. That is interesting. So you blew out a chunk of the deck, that's for sure. We're going to leave them over there and we'll see what that might be about. But first we're going to deal with the issue of death and the Six of Swords. So it's about moving on and moving forward, but you have some luggage, some baggage, some mental baggage stuck in your boat. But you're divine and powerful. If you only knew your divinity, you are navigating this boat better than you think, and you're navigating it from your heart. But your mind is clouded and cluttered. Like, it's hard for you to rest at night. Like, even when you sleep, there's a lot of busyness, a lot of this going on under the surface. And that bothers you whether you know it or not, because you're like, I don't deal with it. I just stay down here, just keep my head level and keep myself going, staying afloat. But you're talking about how to get redirected and turned around to the place where you really want to go, because here's where you really want to go. That seems to be the place you're leaving because it's too hard to reach. So you tried to go there and you got there and you had to turn around because you didn't know how to come ashore. But this light is holding a clue for us, a key for us. So let's go ahead and find out what that is. I'm going to go in with a rune. These are some of my handmade cards that give us a bit of an arrow. They're a guidance and a direction for us about you coming ashore in that spiritual land, in that divine placement of yourself. The day is dawning, I can tell you that. All right. Something fancy town is happening there. Okay. All right. In between, we form the bonds. Okay, and that's finding the joy in your own self and in others in partnership. Okay, retain identity, higher self equal, freedom equals source of all other gifts. So how to find the freedom in being in relationship with another. Finding the joy, because joy is the fruit that's produced on the tree of life, the fruit that is produced from a relationship. In order to be a relationship or a partnership, it requires two, not just one or the other. So in your case, it could be, how do I show up to be a genuine partner and fully commit? Or how do I find those who show up and commit as well, that are as fully committed as I am? All right. So I feel like we need to get another card on that. I'm going to get a I'll get a vice versa. Let's get a vice versa about this partnership and that question for the men. Let's see. So you've definitely got the 10 of Wands going on here. And it showed up like this. It's about the burden and the mindset. See how heavy your passion is weighing on your mind? And this isn't like the good passion. It's like the suppressed passion. And therefore it becomes a liability, like, catching fire and causing health and illness issues. But there is that authoritarian, that totalitarian, this thing. It's kind of like your mind going, do this, don't do that, say this, don't say that. Because nowadays when you could get sued or arrested for anything that you think or say or whatever, because there's a lot of trickery and this chaos going on that we won't even bring up. But you know what I'm talking about because I know what you're sending. All right, I have 2 sons and I'm very close to my dad and I have a brother. So I've got a big grasp on what you're going through here. But here, I would say keep moving forward towards your dream. This is showing you on the land, right? On the land of this relationship, stepping on in and you're building it. You're constructing it. It's not inhabited just yet, but it's greening up. You've planted the seed and you're almost done. It's standing in power, letting the power of the destiny take over your tree of life, letting it continue to come all the way in instead of wearing yourself thin with that weariness, with that worry, okay? Okay, friend. So with that, we're going to do away with that's interesting because it's definitely making my eye itch. We're stepping into the death. This is the power of Pluto, and this is very much the scorpionic energy. So the sexual energy, the sexual connection, how to navigate that. You've got crows cawing in your ear, breaking the clocks of time. What is the proper time? How is the proper way to handle it? How do we proper, and be true to ourselves? Because this is like a falsehood, very much the Pinocchio nose coming in. Not wanting to be the mass marauder, not wanting to be played into the Plutonian energy of the death and destruction, but you're really wanting to awaken the dawn, to awaken the day, just like here. To return to the possibility of the land, of this healthy relationship, of coming ashore. Remember, of building the relationship of your dreams, right? And inhabiting it. Not just building it to have it falter, fail, or come to an end, or to play these mind games, or to put you under, that then you have to wave the truce flag and it ends in divorce, or death, whatever it is, that ending. You're like, how do we bypass that? How do we take this exaltation of Pluto, this power and this energy, and rise it up? How do we rise it up, Joy? I'm like, be the captain of your ship, baby. Look at all this authority and power that you're not even aware of that you have. These are like gossamer feathers going on. Very much a spiritual connection that you have. A lot of hindsight that you have about this. But remember over here, it wasn't trusting yourself, okay? You weren't trusting yourself because of the old doom, 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 and boom, boom, boom. That fear of being wrong going on around you. The fear of getting in trouble, right? The fear of learning too little, too late. Of sinking and the ship going under your mind, working and wearing you out. That flood of worry was about your ending, right? It about wore you out. But now we've got this coming in, and death is holding out that promise to you. Pluto is. So let's see what the calm is. What the calm is here. What do we have to go? Well, my hand is over here, so I'm just going to take it. Remember the chunk? My hand is over there grabbing and pulling. I'm like, what are you doing? Which cards are we going to pick? It's like, these. Okay. So we had the World and the Tower. Bringing an end to that old mindset and that old world. Understanding, just like these gossamer feathers, you see? You got these 4 feathers going on over here. This harvest, this wheat, this in tuning. And here you have these 4 elements. You have the wisdom, the practicality, the commitment, and the foresight. When you take hindsight and you eliminate the worry, it becomes helpful. It becomes beneficial. And it helps you move forward and tear down and blast off that old mindset. Because here, you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Remember, you've been building and divining this self, this relationship. Because first of all, it's a relationship with yourself, right? Getting on that whole page with yourself so that it can be inhabited by you and another life mate, partner, right? Okay. So it's just getting off that old mindset, that old head, the old dead. You're like deadheading it, prune that old junk out of there. And ooh, you talk about a cosmic connection waking up now. Sparklers, it says, say my name, write your name in the stars. But look at it. Now you see. Okay, that's fantastic. You're seeing life correctly now. Okay, friends, so let's step on into the final card that we have at the top, and that's the Chariot. And they say, get a move on. We've got the lemniscape, the infinity symbol. All right, so we got that going on all up around your throat. Your truth is rising up. Your integrity is lit up. You're feeling pretty good. The chest is broad. You're moving forward in confidence and in boldness. I like that. And the sky is bluing up. The sun has risen, and that sun is your heart. Feeling like a champion in life. I like that. That's fantastic. And you've got control of those horses. That is your power. That is that passionate power that we were talking about, but it's an aligned passion. It is true with who you really are, and I love it. It's fantastic. So now that you're in unison with yourself, right? Now that you've restored the garden of the self and your relationship to yourself, this partnership is coming in. Now that you have the fulfillment and the potential and the seeing and the ability to embrace your own joy, it will be mirrored back to you and another. Okay. So with this Chariot, it's coming on over to take a look at those 4 cards. There's a big message going on here. But it's running from the Devil to the Knight of Cups to the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So this Devil's talking about mastermind, and very much the Cups is about the heart. So now that you've mastered the mind, because it's very Capricorn, right? Doing the work, the highest heights, the deepest depths. You've searched, you've scoured, you've looked along, and the fact that you're moving forward in this boldness and this confidence is you've already checked this out, and you've done this mastery of your mind and this awareness going on. But you're also wanting to make sure you don't get carried away. You're like, make sure we don't get carried away, Joy. Make sure that we don't just chase after every fish in the sea and that we swim and turn because something looks good. How do we handle this? How do we do this? How do we direct? So I would say, if you want to, you could look up your free birth chart, and in there, look up one that has the 4 angles. All right. If not, you can look up, it'll say MC, which is your midheaven, IC, which is directly beneath it. So you draw a line straight down beneath it. Or straight across from wherever it is, you're ascending and you're descending. Those 4 signs begin to bring a lot of balance and a lot of balance of mind, like a compass, like the crosshairs of how to proceed and to move forward, because this is very much our Ace of Cups going on here at the center and the synergy of your chart. Now, along with the Devil, there's the 7 of Cups, but this is like that magical kingdom. Remember here, that this Tower, it removed that old mindset, that crusty old mindset, that fearful mindset. And now you have this entire castle, this entire kingdom. And these are all the options in the cups. And it's not like, which one do I choose? Which one do I choose? You said I choose them all. I choose the rainbow. I choose the 7 days a week. I want to be happy every day. I want to live in this joyfulness every day. I want the waters, the mirror, to see myself completely and correctly every day. Not right or wrong correctly, but like you want your eyes to not be blurry. Remember the crosshairs that we were talking about over here? You want to be able to have that focus, that harnessing of clear sight, clear vision. And oh, that's making the back of my heart hurt for some of y'all. Wow. You've been betrayed. Wow. Ooh, man, talk about some pain. Ah, but isn't this a crowning glory? This isn't just a band-aid, it's a salve over that old wound that sinks in and heals it and makes it clean, fresh, and clear. So that, remember the mirror, the divine mirror, that as you've discovered your joy is the whole rainbow of flavors like them lucky charms. So is your mate and your partner that's coming in. And not just that, your career, your co-workers. This is your outlook on life. This is who you are, and that's fantastic, because remember, you were creating that over here, but it brings you in and makes you a perfect partner. It makes you a great partner at work. It makes you a great lover at home. It makes you a great best friend. And in coming all the energies, cycling up to the 8. Talk about divine power. Remember, we were saying the lemniscate, right? That infinity symbol up around your neck. Well, that's the divine 8. And that's the chariot. You're moving on to the divine 8. Because 8 is great, my friend. And your life is great. You feel good. You feel good every day. And you're on the same page. You now understand your mind. It's no longer this old, shab town. Even though it looked fantastic, that is what you were dealing with all the time. And it was suppressed and held back. And you didn't know who to ask or what to say about it. But I'm glad we could come in and shut out this chaos and this lack of knowledge, to bring in the truth and the tools to help you to know. To help you to come in so that you could master your mind, right? And that you can master your heart. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all do so good. I love it. I love it. Let me get a pearl of wisdom for y'all to head on out of this, okay? All right, fellas. Let's see what we got here for you. Ooh, hang on. Hang on. Stop it. There's stuff everywhere. That's because it's the card of the power of perfection. This is number 40, and it's about complete order, not just order. You did away with that flood of worry, that flood of emotions, and you brought in the pure fool, which sounds, fool could be a word that triggers, but no worries here. Fool is this. It's that openness to the wholeness of who you are, the divine rainbow, that you now have this amazing, majestic outlook on life, right? That is this clear outlook that's going on here. This clarity, the stars, the magnificence, that your dreams are alive again, awake, and they hold all the potential because you know your heart is good and you can trust yourself. I love that for you. Hey, I feel like I spread my wings just a little bit. I didn't know what to say or what to do, but I hope this helps. Hey, if it did, leave comments down below. Send me a little bit of encouragement my way so that we can have some more of these showing up for you, okay? That I know it's helping you out along your path. Hey, I love you. Talk soon. Bye.